Hi, I'm Andrea, and I'm here today to discuss arguably the mobile phone question of the year. Is the Galaxy S series quad-core processor, oversized screen, and innovative features enough to beat Apple's iPhone 5 into submission? Well, Samsung Galaxy S3's title of 2012 Phone of the Year sure skews bragging rights for the time being. Samsung has certainly taken the go big or go home model to heart. With the 4.8-inch display, Samsung has fabricated a cross between a phone and a tablet, revolutionizing the cell phone market. Samsung has given Apple a run for their money. Without a doubt, the Galaxy S3 has cornered the viewable screen market. With a high-resolution HD Super AMOLED vivid color rays, contrastable black hues, the S3 has unveiled a phone which is capable, dare I say ideal, for viewing video. Not only that, the price of the S3 is reasonably palatable for a top-tier phone, beating Apple at its own game. However, the design of the S3 won't appeal to all. Enclosed by a plastic case, the Galaxy S3 feels unusually light despite the fact that it tips the scales at 133 grams. However, there's nothing cheap feeling about this phone. With a virtually indestructible Gorilla Glass 2 front, a well-protected interior, and a robust polycarbonate battery case, the Samsung S3 is durable to say the least. Yes, you heard it right. The battery cover is removable. Not only do you have accessibility to the battery, but you also have ability to switch batteries in and out, a key feature the iPhone 5 lacks. Speaking of what the iPhone 5 lacks, removable memory. The Samsung Galaxy S3 can theoretically hold up to 128 gigabytes of data. Try finding that in an Apple store. The S3 differs in design from the iPhone in that its central design theme is curved edges, superbly contouring against the palm of the hand. Samsung has also unveiled their new voice recognition service, S-Voice, which allows you to peruse Wolfram Alpha. For all you math students out there, this is quite nifty. Unfortunately, S-Voice has been hampered by its propensity to glitches. As opposed to dumb technology, the Galaxy S3 contains numerous smart features. Smart Stay, invoking the use of front-facing camera, periodically verifies the user's engagement by pupil recognition. If your pupils fail to be recognized by the Smart Stay, the screen is deilluminated, saving power. However, it is often as reliable as spring is to Minnesota. There is nothing more irritating than a smart technology failing to be intelligent. Samsung has taken note of this feature's erratic ability and has promised pivotal fixes in the somewhat not-too-distant future. Perhaps the most practical yet appreciable feature of the Galaxy S3 is its almost infinite battery life. When compared to the iPhone, unlike the iPhone, which tends to conk out after lunch, the S3 and its removable battery proceed onward, capturing up to 22 hours of talk time. In summary, the appreciable features of the Samsung Galaxy are vast, to say the least. Whether it is the blazingly fast quad-core processor, the flawless Super AMOLED HD screen, or the almost infinite memory capacity, it is sufficient to say the Samsung Galaxy S3 is the most advanced and sought-after smartphone to grace the face of the earth. And for good reason. Although it should be noted, the Samsung S3 is by no means perfect. The S-Voice recognition and Smart Stay features are erratic, to say the least, not to mention the rather bizarre responses that ensue. Also, the plastic encasing leaves some questioning Samsung's design standards. However, if it is in your being to peer beyond the looks and deep into the soul of the Samsung S3, one will find arguably the best smartphone on the market, making it definitely one, if not the phone to consider upon your next trip to the local cellular device emporium. Although Apple fell victim to the rumor mill, leaked photos, and higher than anticipated expectations, the iPhone 5 endured the lack of perceived headline improvements, recording record sales. Upon the seizure of the device, one reaction precipitates. This iThingy is amazingly light. Marked by mind-boggling numbers, the iPhone 5 is 20% lighter than its predecessor, weighing in at 112 grams. Fears of unintentional damage are quashed when one grasps the chastised structural design and strength hallmarking Apple products. Although Apple has chosen to elongate its iPhone from 4 to 4.87 inches, more often than not, the iPhone 5 sits anonymously in its owner's pocket or oversized purse. The sapphire glass lining the top and bottom of the phone is an appeasing compliment to the durable Gorilla Glass stationed on the front of the phone. Although the probability of smashed screens due to accidental droppages has been reduced, the necessity of a case is paramount as the anodized black version is susceptible to unwarranted and unwanted scratches. The The days of lost signals are gone unless you have AT&T, as Apple has revamped its call connection and GPS with pinpoint accuracy to ease in Apple's stalking of your whereabouts at any given moment. The last substantial design change, and perhaps the most frustrating, is the retirement of the 30-pin connector in favor of the new Lightning port, nullifying all investments in previous chargers, docks, and other iPhone accessories. Given the significant consumer displeasure, Apple has innovated an adapter for the not-so-subtle price of $30. Meanwhile, Apple laughs to the bank. However, let's not beleaguer Apple too much for this. A smaller rechargeable connectivity is not only easier to use, but it also rewards the consumer with a sleeker, more compact phone to boot. Make no mistake, the iPhone 5 is one of the most beautifully crafted and visually appeasing phones on the market. But when you're paying an egregious amount of money for a phone, the expectations are just as high. Although the iPhone 5 camera does not look aesthetically different than its predecessor, it has a few new features. The first of which is a 40% faster picture capturing ability. Fond of taking pictures in dark lighting, the iPhone 5 is your friend as its new dynamic low lighting mode reduces the pixel count, which dramatically improves darker images. However cool this may be, Apple stopped a block short. The Samsung S3 camera contains an innovative feature titled Burst Mode that allows the user to capture numerous shots in quick succession. Audio-wise, the iPhone 5 is one of the best out there. Sound is rich, clean, and balanced on the hearing spectrum. All is great until you come to the accessibility of music. Apple, being the fantastic salesmen they are, allow the users to stream their existing iTunes library for a small annual fee of $24.99. Ridiculous. Because Apple products do not have an expansion slot, this service may be necessary as one approaches gigabyte capacity and don't want to break the bank to upgrade to the 32 or 64 gigabyte versions. Which begs the question, why does it cost so much for 16 or 32 extra gigabytes? We will leave this subject for a later date. Apple's new AirPods made headlines during the iPhone 5 launch, declaring they were designed from the sound up. In reality, they are no more than a justified upgrade from the pitiful white buds that have been present since the first release of the iPod. The new headphones are rounded and are far from noise canceling. Apparently, their investors have never ridden a Metro Transit bus over the pothole-ridden side streets of St. Paul. Perhaps Apple's most laughable feature is its iOS maps. Apple, parting ways with Google Maps, has unveiled this version only to attract public scrutiny for misspellings, impossible routes, non-existent side streets, and disappearing shops. But the most serious issue arises when one realizes there is no public transportation information to be had. All I have to say is good luck navigating New York. Problems aside, its navigational aptitudes are impressive, notifying you of turns when the lock screen is deployed. Now, only if the destination you intended to get to was enclosed or incorrect one to begin with. Is the iPhone a good phone? Of course it is, but is it enough to warrant the record sales and quote-unquote the best thing to happen to iPhone since iPhone? To some, it just may be their long-awaited appointment to the iSide. Aside from their disdain or love for Apple, it's quite hard to dislike the iPhone. It's remarkably simple with a quality screen, appeasing design, and blistering connectivity speeds, matching the best its opposition has to offer. But perhaps its greatest fault is the aging iOS system that looks more or less the same that it did 6 years ago. In other words, Apple hasn't reinvented anything. Therefore, for the time being, or until Apple finds a new Steve Jobs, Samsung reigns supreme.